Busan HQ. Today I am with Kath. So Kath, we spoke previously about booking the venue for your first training session. What do you have to think about next?
Well, obviously, when you're thinking about how you deliver the training, you're going to need to think about the equipment that you'll need and the training materials that you'll need. So let's start with the equipment. Now, you might not have all of this equipment, and that's fine, because most venues where you're booking a meeting room for training, they will generally have this type of equipment available. You'll need a projector that you can plug into a computer. You'll need a screen to project onto. And the one that I always used to forget is extension sockets, because you might find that the plug socket that you need is away at the other end of the room from where you want to put your projector. I would suggest that you ask for 2 extension sockets, because these days when everybody's connected, people are going to say, oh, can I just charge my phone? And you'll have a whole bank of phones charging on your socket that you're trying to power your equipment from. So I would say ask for 2 extension sockets if they're not charging you for them. A screen and a projector. The computer, I would assume you're going to bring your own computer. That's probably going to be a laptop, otherwise it gets quite unwieldy. The one key thing to remember about your computer is that it could fail. So
Like experience that
yes, absolutely. Ask me how I know this. So make sure that anything you've got on your computer that you need for this training session, you also have on a USB stick in your pocket, so that if the worst comes to the worst, you can borrow. Someone might have a laptop with them, or you might be able to borrow a laptop from the venue, and you can plug your USB stick in, and it's like nothing happened. So just be aware that computers can be unreliable. Have a backup with you. Now, in terms of materials that you'll need, we provide on the TonyBusan.com website, in the Trainers Hub, there's a section at the bottom which is TBLI resources. And in there, for each of the 3 core disciplines of mind mapping, memory and speed reading, you will find a PowerPoint presentation, a presentation to put on your computer, and also an overview mind map of the training day for practitioners. So this is not your TBLI training that you did, this is the training that you're going to deliver to practitioners as a Tony Busan licensed instructor. So the PowerPoint, there are, you want to go through and familiarise yourself with that, because obviously you want to know what you're doing in your training, but there's a couple of areas in that PowerPoint file that you have to customise. You might want to customise the front slide where it's got Tony Busan, Elaine Collier. It might have, for the mind mapping one, I think it might also have Philip Chambers on it. So they're not in your training. You might want to take them off. Please always leave Tony Busan on. This is Tony Busan training, and that is it's a key point in the training that you are delivering. So leave Tony Busan's signature on there, perhaps put your own on, or personalize it in some way with your company name. The fact that you're a Tony Busan licensed instructor is something that should be on your title slide too, I think. So just make it a bit more personal to you. You will also want to do a mind map of your bio, your story, who you are and what you're going to tell your trainees about you. So you want to have your personalised bio mind map in that PowerPoint presentation. And if you're training in a particular niche, I mean, we've talked in our other video series about finding your niche and tailoring your training to that. If you are delivering in a niche and not just a general overview of mind mapping, like I'm currently studying teaching English as a foreign language, and so at some point I will be doing mind mapping training that relates to learning languages, and so I would have some information in there about that, and most of my slides are going to have a slant on that. So although I'm going to use the standard PowerPoint, I am going to customize it to suit my niche. So that's it. You've got your PowerPoint, and you want to make sure that you've customized that and you've gone through and checked that you've not accidentally put in any typing errors, or You know, if there's something not quite sitting in the right place, you might want to move that around. And the mind map overview, now that's already in the PowerPoint, but I would say have that overview mind map separate from your PowerPoint. You might want to think about printing that off. Some people like handouts. Give them a handout of the overview mind map, because you're also going to be reminding them that they have to review their mind map at 1 day, 1 week, 1 month and 3 months, and giving them a physical piece of paper that they can take away and file somewhere, even though they're probably going to draw that again as part of your training. Giving them one that's already done is helpful. You might also want to have some examples of mind maps printed out, but again, you could just show them on the screen. Excuse me. And then in terms of the mind map training itself, of course, you're going to be teaching mind mapping on A3 blank white paper. And so when you came to your TBLI training, you had one of these Tony Buzan mind map pads. If you wanted to contact us, we can arrange to supply those for you. Just drop me an email at kath@tonybuzan.com, and I can talk to you about how we can get some of them to you. And pens, you want to, obviously for mind mapping, you want to be looking at some decent quality pens. I have 5 different types of pens, but you know, lots of different colours. The Stabilo fine liners are quite nice, and you know, so just get a nice supply of pens. And that's really your materials that you're looking at. So your equipment, your computer with the PowerPoint on it and the overview mind map, pads and pens, pretty essential for doing mind mapping. And of course the projector and screen and socket, pretty self-explanatory. Your computer won't work without them. So that's equipment and materials.
That's perfect. Thanks very much, Kath.